He didn't just grow into basketball. He grew into a problem the league had to solve. Tall enough to change shots. Fast enough to run the floor. Explosive enough to turn a quiet possession into a highlight that shakes an entire arena. That's the story of Japeth Aguilar, but the real story starts long before the dunks, long before the championships, and long before the crowd learned his name. Early life, the height that couldn't be ignored. Japeth Aguilar's story begins in the Philippines, but even as a child, one thing was already written in bold. He was not going to be average-sized in a country where height is rare. But height alone doesn't make a star. It makes attention. And attention is pressure. Born into a basketball-aware family, his father, Peter Aguilar, a former PBA player, Japeth was exposed early to the rhythm of the game. Training routines, discipline, and the invisible pressure of expectations. But here's the twist. He wasn't instantly dominant. He was raw, unpolished coordination, still learning his body, still learning how to turn, being tall, into, being effective. And that's where the journey really began. Because greatness didn't come from being gifted. It came from learning how to use the gift. Family, quiet roots, loud impact. Behind Japeth's rise is a family structure that stayed mostly out of the spotlight. His father, Peter Aguilar, introduced him to the discipline and reality of professional basketball. His family life has remained intentionally private, especially as Japeth's fame grew. And that privacy is important. Because while fans see highlight dunks and championship moments, his family saw the early mornings, the setbacks, the development years, and the pressure of carrying a known basketball surname. There's no loud celebrity narrative here. Just a steady foundation that helped him stay grounded while the expectations kept rising. Education, the American transformation. This is where Japeth's story takes a sharp turn. He didn't just stay local. He left. And that decision changed everything. He moved to the United States and played collegiate basketball at Northwestern University, Western Kentucky University. This wasn't just education, it was basketball boot camp at elite level. In the US, the game was faster, stronger, more physical, and far less forgiving. And Japeth had to adapt. Strength training became non-negotiable. Defensive rotations became mental chess. Athleticism had to be matched with IQ. Mistakes got punished immediately. This phase is what transformed him from a raw prospect into a legitimate professional caliber athlete. When he eventually returned to the Philippines, he wasn't just tall anymore. He was dangerous. Later, his development continued in local collegiate competition, including playing for the powerhouse program Ateneo Blue Eagles, where expectations were sky-high and every game carried pressure. PBA career, when potential became power. If his early career was about what he could become, the PBA era is about what he actually became. Japeth entered the Philippine Basketball Association with enormous expectations, some calling him a future franchise big man, others questioning consistency. But over time, something shifted. He stopped being a project. He became a pillar. Most notably with Barangay Ginebra San Miguel, Japeth evolved into one of the league's most impactful big men. His signature weapons: rim protection that erases drives, transition dunks that change momentum instantly, weak side blocks that feel like instant humiliation for opponents, alley-oop chemistry that electrifies crowds, improved mid-range shooting that stretches defenses. And then came the most important transformation. He learned how to win championships, not just games. Because talent gets you attention. But winning earns respect. Gilas Pilipinas. National Pride Mode. When wearing the jersey of Gilas Pilipinas, Japeth wasn't just a PBA star. He became a symbol. International competition exposed him to even tougher opponents, bigger big men, faster guards, more physical systems. But he brought something unique. Athletic length plus timing plus fearlessness. He became one of the team's key defensive anchors and highlight finishers, often shifting momentum with a single play. Either a block, a dunk, or a fast break finish that ignites the entire bench. Relationships, marriage and kids, the private chapter. Unlike many public sports figures, Japeth Aguilar keeps his personal life extremely private. What is publicly known as limited, and he does not actively broadcast romantic relationships, marriage details, or family updates in media-heavy ways. This is intentional. He separates. Public life equals basketball. Private life equals protected. So while fans see him dominate on court, off-court remains a carefully guarded space, away from speculation and spotlight pressure. Legacy, the evolution of a modern big man. Japeth Aguilar's legacy is not just about longevity. It's about transformation. He represents a new prototype in Philippine basketball. A tall, athletic big man who can run, jump, defend, and finish above the rim at elite level. But beyond physical gifts, his legacy includes perseverance through early inconsistency, reinvention after U.S. collegiate experience, championship success in the PBA, national team contributions on the international stage, longevity in a physically demanding position, and perhaps most importantly, he proved that potential is not destiny, discipline is. Japeth Aguilar is not just a highlight reel. He is a timeline, from raw height, to refined athlete, to championship winner, to national team anchor, and still evolving, because some careers fade quietly, but his keeps stretching higher, just like his reach at the rim.